And we say good morning from Canada, Toronto, the Honda Indy Toronto, as we get set for day 2 of the NTT INDYCAR Series, second practice session ahead of qualifying. What a beautiful morning north of the border as we get set to go in low 70s conditions today. The view of the beautiful skyline in Toronto. Kevin Lee, Townsend Bell, starting off this second practice session with quite a bit happening overnight that we'll detail through this session as we get set to set the grid later on this afternoon. So once again, Arrow McLaren is scrambling and the driver mix continues to need to be adjusted. For more, we say good morning to Dylan Welch.
Hey, Kev, good morning. Yeah, so we found Gavin Ward, who's the team principal here of Arrow McLaren. So Teo Pourchaire is set to replace Alexander this weekend in the 7 car. And it's literally going to be planes, trains, and automobiles just to get Teo here. So what can you tell us about where he's at now, when he's going to be on site, and just kind of the logistics of getting him here as soon as possible?
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. It's going to be tight for qualifying. We're doing everything we can to try and. Right now, he's on a plane. He got on a plane, left Nice, flew to Zurich direct to Toronto. We're doing everything we can to expedite him getting through customs. We'll meet him at the airport. Looks like the quickest option right now is actually to get on a train into Union Station downtown, have a car meet him there, and get him to the track. The plane lands at 12:50, so you can understand the timeline's pretty tight.
Yeah, qualifying at 2:45. So from a team perspective, is there anything you guys had to do to just make sure that when he does get here, he's ready to jump in right away, or kind of what was that process like? Absolutely.
We got all the seat fit accommodations. He's got his helmet with him, every little detail we're had to work out. Make sure he's got his earpieces. Make sure everything's set up for him. So, we're doing everything we can here.
Right, they'll be prepared and ready. It's just going to be a matter of if, frankly, Teo can get here on time. Charlie Kimball.
Yeah, speaking about being prepared and ready, the 28 car Marcus Ericsson had a failure yesterday, wasn't able to finish practice, got about 3 laps of running. They have fitted a new Honda internal combustion engine into that car, and he is ready to go this morning. The team told me they copy and pasted the setup from Colton Herta's 26 car because he was quickest yesterday, and they felt like the 27 car in that second practice would have been just as fast as the 28 car heads back out on track, guys.
Maybe transfer to the Reds as Pietro Fittipaldi locks up and goes into that same tire barrier. This is the same corner, turn 8, where Alexander Rossi had his big issue yesterday, along with Linus Lundqvist. Doesn't appear to be heavy damage to the number 30 hub car there.
So Graham Rahal, after practice, came to the press conference and was asked about the challenges of turn 8. He said, so there's new asphalt, which is still bumpy. You can brake deeper, feel like you're more confident, but that means if you miss it, the window is much smaller to hang on.
It just seems like the front is heaving and chattering there in the brake zone. We saw this with Rossi yesterday, and if you just get it wrong and the fronts lock up and start to really bounce and you get offline, there's just kind of no way to save it. I wonder if drivers are going to start proactively just taking the runoff to be extra sure that they don't get into the tires like that. But luckily, no damage to that beautiful black and blue paint scheme. That's a gorgeous looking race car. I like that fade work in the end fences there. Kyle Kirkwood, P1 for now. Starting to make this a habit, Kevin, the 27 quick on street courses.
Oh, he's really good at these. Andretti has good setups at these courses. Kyle feels very, very comfortable. His 2 wins last year in street races, Long Beach, Nashville.
But just ride for a few corners and appreciate just how physical this is. Watch the hands, they're busy. And Kyle's going to ignore the stack up.
Coming through.
That is bold. I was just about to say that Kyle Kirkwood holds the most enviable stat from a championship standpoint, which is best worst finish on the season, a 16th. He did have that crash, massive crash last week at Iowa on the final lap, but by virtue of not making it to the finish line, that meant that he was short but still finished 16th, and this was awfully close with Graham Rahal. That does not look like a high probability decision in practice, but Kirkwood again, best worst finish on the season. So now one of the reasons he might have been going for it, Kevin, is this year the alt start finish is repositioned. It was at the exit of turn 8, but then you see these two timing signs right there. They've moved it back, and I think that's a good decision because so many drivers were sending it through the final corner and getting into the wall or almost into the wall right here. The all-start finish had been right at the exit here of turn 8.
Here's Pato O'Ward, who also did not get to go on the alternates yesterday. They had a mechanical that seems potentially to have been related to the hybrid components. So he's a little bit behind. And Dylan has more.
Has some clean racetrack right now, but didn't a few moments ago. Take a listen.
We need to go off sequence. It's unrunnable like this. Traffic. Yep, let's just get a read of what we can here.
It's always tough here on these street courses to find a gap, but looks like they have now, and we'll see what Pato can do here on this round.
Yeah, the issue yesterday apparently was related to the hybrid coolant pump. They were still digging into it overnight. Let's ride along and see what Pato O'Ward is seeing. On top of the helmet, you notice the sticker for the eye in the sky. That was the Twitter handle, and how many knew Bob Jeffrey. We mentioned this yesterday, and we all just learned Thursday night that Bob passed away after a battle with cancer that he kept quiet. And Bob was very well known in the NASCAR world, had been here in the IndyCar world for the last few years. First with Joseph Newgarden on his championship car, and now with Pato O'Ward. Each of the Air McLaren cars have a sticker this weekend. And Pato was certainly missing his eye in the sky for ovals, but also teams use spotters on road and street courses as well. So we're thinking of Bob and his friends and family.
And I thought riding on board with Graham Rahal earlier looked like, yesterday, it looked like this car was handling pretty well. Let's ride for a few corners with the United Rentals driver.
And let's listen too and see. Graham had some commentary late in the day yesterday about what he was thinking about the car.
Right hand went down to stiffen the front roll bar. And in doing so, it should help the stability of the front roll rate right here. Looked pretty good. You really demand a lot of the car through that long right-hander that is turn 6. Oh, big loose right there, almost into the wall. That was a huge catch from Graham. That bump at the entry to turn 10 almost put him in the wall.
Herta just went to the top. He was fast yesterday as well. And Christian Lundgaard is 4th quick. So what do we have? 6 different teams in the top 6. Is that right, Andretti? 5 different teams in the top 6. 2 Penske's, Ray Hollerman, Lanigan, Arrow McLaren, Ganassi, and then Andretti at the top. Notice Marcus Ericsson has moved into the top 10. He essentially is just getting weekend started. He got 5 official laps, but I think probably only about 3 at pace yesterday before they had the mechanical.
So presumably that'll be an engine change, an unapproved engine change penalty for Marcus Ericsson.
I don't know where he's at, because you get, it's number 5 when you start serving a penalty, so I don't know how many Marcus has had.
There's been 7, I believe, Honda engine penalties so far this season, 0 for Chevrolet, so that would be the 8th. It's been a tough season with engine changes. Look at Pato O'Ward's right index finger. It's very strange. I want to see a replay if we can in turn 11. His left thumb, if we can slow it down and pause it, this is crazy. So we talk about how bumpy, how physical. Watch this. He's already pulled the gear shift. His index finger is flying. And I've never seen that before. I don't quite understand why you would want to take one of 10 critical contact patch fingers off the steering wheel through one of the sketchiest corners on the track, but I've been watching Pato O'Ward. He does it lap after lap. I wonder, oftentimes it's one of these things that the driver doesn't even realize he's doing. Marcus Armstrong, wanted to say Kiffin Simpson in the on-the-run car. Marcus Armstrong just tapped the wall somewhere.
Just past the timeline there.
Wow. Talk about bottoming. I haven't seen that yet. That is a huge hit to the bottom of the car that just launched him into the fence.
And that's
the kink at turn 7 at the exit.
That was finishing a fast lap, his fastest lap, 1:01.1. For the moment, it was good for 6th.
What happened there?
That's going to need to be addressed.
Boom.
That's the sprint essentially to the line.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's a little bit wider than normal, or maybe he's on an out lap and the tire pressure is on up. But man, as a driver, that would come as a huge surprise to case it right there. And that will likely put them out for the rest of this session.
And this is Rinus VeeKay at the end of the back stretch. He's got the opportunity to get back on. No harm, no foul.
Seen a couple of encouraging pure hybrid restarts so far this weekend. First street circuit for the hybrid system as Rinus VeeKay gets squirrely and then looked to have just brushed the wall, driver's left.
Potentially, maybe a little bit of harm. So they'll come down to pit lane to take a check. Hey, look at this. Hunter McElroy is 12th. We're just about done with a practice session. That's
fantastic.
Amazing.
Fantastic. What a way to introduce yourself to the IndyCar community in the big boy cars as Felix Rosenqvist works the back straight. Not only is McElroy P12, now P13, but he's the fastest rookie.
On board with Felix Rosenqvist. Yeah, that'll grab your attention.
Yeah, Pietro Fittipaldi, I believe, was the car in front, and Pietro dumped the parachute big time to try to prep for a lap, but he has to know that he's got a car in anger right behind him. And that was too close for comfort for Felix Rosenqvist.
See what happened to Dixon a second ago.
Oh, going for it to start the timed lap in the brake zone. And yeah, that section, turn 7 right here and turn 8. See, Dixon, no issues with that bump at turn 7 because he's on line. But then the brake zone for 8, just like we saw yesterday with Rossi and Dixon's teammate Linus Lundqvist.
And Dixon also had just finished a fast lap. He just went best when he had just crossed the line back there at the other corner to go up to P4. There's Scott McLaughlin, who's P5 right now. Let's watch him a moment ago.
Oh, big old save. Lock the rears. He'll take the overshoot through Prince's Gate.
Okay, you got one coming.
See what he does with the brake bias. With Pato O'Ward. Now, We're in Canada. It's part of the Commonwealth, and it's not unusual to drink tea with your pinky high. So maybe it's a respect to the Commonwealth here for the young Mexican driver. But let's take a look at this replay over in turn 11, and
plenty of room.
That's what it's going to take to be on pole here this afternoon.
And a good half-inch available. Wow.
See that index finger still flying.
Perot just moved up to 5th. So if you're looking into these things, 4 of the top 5 are Hondas. Power is the lone Chevy up there. And then 2 more Penske Chevys at 6th and 7th.
Fittipaldi, that's the off course in turn 8.
We look for him. Hub International, Hub Insurance. Longtime partner of Rahal Letterman Lanigan.
Now he was able to either keep it running or refire the car with the hybrid system, and now he's going to hybrid reverse.
We saw that work at least 2 times yesterday.
Nice job getting it going. Looks like what happened here. Such a tough brake zone right there. You come through that kink flat out, and then you hit this bumpy brake zone, and your car's still in some cross weight there, as Pato O'Ward has the exact same issue and able to keep going, come to pit lane.
Dylan, I saw Graham Rahal a little while ago was up in the top 10. Right now he's at P15.
Yeah, working just to try to find a little bit more comfort behind the wheel of that 15 car. Here was some radio from Graham a couple laps ago.
Super hard to drive, man. Ooh, working me. The rear just not consistent. On the rear damper alone, keep the spring if we've got time. Let's test it. Copy that.
And then, so you heard Graham kind of calling for what changes he wanted. He actually came back as he was coming into the pits and called for them to make a rear spring change. So that was the change they made just a moment ago and sent Graham back out here with 3.5 minutes left.
Good. You see that IndyCar LED information system, those boards flashing white. I'd love to see a board right here. Driver's right as Rosenqvist slithers his way past a couple cars, including his teammate. And I don't think... I was just going to say, I'm not even sure Malukas is running, but he was. He just pulled the clutch and was coasting. So he'll fire off for one more time lap. 3 laps on Malukas's car. Watch this, Kev. So much trust that you have to put into the drivers ahead that they know you're coming furiously.
So the key is hold your line. Here are the results of the second practice of the weekend, the last full practice. Qualifying is next.
So Andretti, Penske, Ganassi, then Ed Carpenter Racing. Nice run for Rinus VeeKay. He's been showing some pop of late. Joseph Dugard in the top 10, and Christian Lundgaard, winner last year, rounds out that first screen. Marcus Armstrong with some drama.
And the best Arrow McLaren, and they only have 2 in this session, is Pato O'Ward. Teo Pacher is en route there, hoping he lands in about an hour and a half and can get here and get in the car and go qualify it.
Well, that previous screen, how about Hunter McElroy? You talked about it earlier, Kevin. 16th fastest rookie in the session. And another fast guy is down on pit lane with Dylan.
And that's Kyle Kirkwood, ends this second practice in the second spot behind teammate Colton Herta. So everybody wants to know, what are the Andretti cars doing well this weekend? You guys are fast again.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical for us to be really quick on street courses, right? And I think this one suits us maybe even more than others, just the nature of how bumpy it is. Our cars just make grip, and it's a testament to how hard these guys work on, especially on these courses. So extremely happy with the 27 AutoNation Honda. You know, I think there's a lot more pace left in it. So to be second, I'm extremely satisfied with it. Obviously, Colton's got like a 10th and a half on us, and I think that's easily findable. It's just a mess out there. Trying to put 27 cars on a track that's a mile and a half long or whatever it is, it just doesn't work out because everyone wants a 3-second gap, and that's just not feasible. So, yeah, it's tough. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating when you go out there and you waste a set of brand new Firestones to do some parade laps. So looking forward to qualifying to actually being able to push the entire lap.
How much confidence do you individually have at street courses, just given your success last year and obviously as strong as you guys always are here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the car obviously suits these tracks, the street courses, of course. But I also really enjoy street courses. I'm comfortable near walls. I'm comfortable with the car moving around a lot on the bumps. And it's just something that I love. So I always love coming back here. I always love going on the street courses. And this was one last year that kind of bit us, right? We were super, super quick all through practice, rolling to qualifying. We're super quick in round one, and here comes the rain. And all of us did not qualify well. So glad today is looking very, very dry. And I think we'll have a really good shot at the pole between all of us, between Andretti Global and also Shank.
All right, good things from the 27. Camp Kirkwood ends up second, Charlie.
Yeah, that's right. I'm here with Hunter McElrea, debriefing with Dale Coyne, Don Bricker, the race engineer, and Billy Vincent, strategy this weekend. You were the fastest rookie in that session. How's it going so far? Are you enjoying the weekend?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm just living the dream here. I worked my bum off to be here for a long time, and I didn't know if I'd really get a shot this year, so finally here. It's fun. Just chipping away at it, honestly, just trying to keep nice and calm, and yeah, it's fun. I feel like we're getting better every lap, and we're learning a lot, so tuning me up a bit and tune the car up a bit, and then see what we got for quality.
Yeah, do you feel like there's more to come, obviously with you, but with the car as well? We've seen some really good pace from the Dale Coyne cars.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's the same with everyone. I'm getting used to IndyCar. It's like impossible to get a clear lap, I've found out. But I guess it's welcome to IndyCar. But no, it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Like, that's the main thing. I feel like when you're having fun, it's good. And I got my man Billy with me from MPG, helped me out. He's obviously got a lot of experience. So he's a huge help for a rookie like me. And the team's doing a great job too. So just see what we can do for quality. Gonna have some fun.
Hunter McElrea, excited for qualifying. Thanks for talking to us.